Gaming Geek here with a quick unboxing video. Our friends from Archon Studios did send this package of their sci-fi terrain, and this is going to be one of the GGGGs. Each month, Bob the Beholder picks some of my Patreon supporters to receive gratitude gifts. And for this month of August of 2021, we do have a couple copies of Dungeoneers as well as Ancient Evil City Crawler, this printed and painted Hagglethorn Hollow Tower, and $100 towards any of the pledge levels for Iridia, the Kickstarter. If you're interested in any of those, go ahead and check out the links below. That will take you to my Patreon page so that you can get in on that. This also is going to be a GGGG for next month, September of 2021. We'll be adding this to the list. All right, so let's go ahead and see what's all in here. Xenogenesis Cell, the Xenodragon, Animals Companion Set. Oh, and look, this box is actually a different shape from all of their other starter boxes. It's much more like a board game box. So let's go ahead and pull this out and assemble it, see what it looks like. Oh, and they mentioned that this actually is 60 millimeters, not 50 millimeters. So in the box, it looks like we have plenty of these clips. Let's see, these are the same sprues. So you're getting 4 of the wall sprues and 3 of the floor sprues. Oh, this is cool. You're getting a bunch of terrain. So that looks interesting. A lot of stuff that you can put on there. So with their fantasy set, it is typically just the buildings, and then the terrain were all stretch goals and off into another box. But here they're packaging both terrain features that you can use in addition to the walls and floors. So that's really cool. And then you get an extra set. Oh, this is great because I've talked to them about including more of these end pieces because there wasn't enough with this base pack. And I'm glad that they give you, it looks like this is going to be plenty for this set. And this highlights just some of the extra things that you get. Just instructions on how you can put these together and stack them too. I'm not going to open these boxes since they're going to be for giveaway, but this is interesting. And then this Xenodragon. This guy would work well for Nemesis. So here I pulled off all of the walls and floors from the sprues, and you get quite a bit here. Now obviously if you want to fill out your table with a sci-fi corridor set for a sci-fi dungeon crawler, then you're going to want to grab a couple of these sets, or you can use the expansions like the Xenogenesis Cell here to fill out and provide some variety on your parts. But this is pretty much what it looks like, and you can configure it multiple ways. I really like the fact that they provided a whole sheet of these end clips as well as these riser clips, so that just like I put on here, you can have second stories or multiple stories and they won't slip and fall, which is fantastic. I've always found Archon Studios to be really responsive to the suggestions that I've provided, and a lot of the improvements that they have come up with over the years has been feedback from the community, which I think is great. So if you haven't seen some of my other videos that highlights their fantasy dungeons and how to paint tutorials, go ahead and make sure to check out my videos here. As well as I also included in that video is how to paint up all of the animal companions using contrast colors and doing some speed painting, so make sure you check that out as well. As you can see here, this set works just fantastically in the same way that their fantasy set does. I don't personally have any sci-fi games that are dungeon crawlers, but I know that there are some out there, and this would work great for that as well. Sorry that I'm not providing a painting tutorial, because this is going to be one of the gratitude gifts for my Patreon supporters. I'm not painting this set and sending this their way. As always, when you take these off of the sprues, you will definitely want to use one of these clippers, as well as just a knife, to get rid of all of the sprue marks. But other than that, it's relatively quick and simple to fill out your board. And as I mentioned before in some of my previous videos reviewing Archon terrain, this is one of the most economical ways that you can fill out your gaming table with terrain. Also, one of the unique things is this is not a crowdfunding campaign. It is not a Kickstarter. And in fact, all of this is available not only directly through their website, through Archon, but also here in the United States, it's being sold online as well. My local store that I shop a lot at is Miniature Market, and I'll provide links below, but you can buy these at a discounted price and is available right now. So especially this Sci-Fi starter set, I think, is a fantastic deal, because you are getting a lot of bits and pieces for terrain, which I think is fantastic, adds a lot of variety, and you can add these parts to these holes that are along the walls, again, just to provide some variety. And this Xeno Dragon, I think, would be super easy to paint. I would just, after assembly, spray paint the whole thing black and then dry brush with some blues and some grays, and I think you can be done with this super quickly. So this is my quick sort of showcasing and review of this set. Again, check out my Patreon link to get in on the possibility of being chosen by Bob the Beholder to receive some of these parts. We'll be having this set, as well as the Xenogenesis expansion, be one of the GGGGs, and then the Animal Companion set going to another patron, and then finally the Xeno Dragon going to a third. So make sure you go to my Patreon page to find out the details of not only this GGGG, but also future ones as well that we're going to be adding as the month goes along. So happy gaming, happy hobbying. We'll see you next time.